Hey guys, this is my first video on my YouTube channel, and if you like this video, please subscribe for more. And this is part 1. I'm gonna be creating a whole coding PONG game. So if you like this video, then please subscribe for part 2. So this is the whole PONG game at first. Let's see how it works. As you can see, it's working properly. So our goal is to make this PONG game from scratch again, and as you can see, if it goes out, then the game ends. Yeah, so now let's do this. Okay, so to start everything, first you have to drag the function draw, as it's the backbone of the program, and without it cannot be done. The program cannot be written. So let's make it now, shall we? So to first make the two paddles, we have to use the command var sprite, as you can see in the sprite toolbox. So I like to write it in text, but you can also use it as blocks, like as I've done here. So let's create a sprite. We'll call this as, since this is the player sprite, we'll call it as player. So var player is equals to create sprite. Yeah, so we now have to create the sprite. We have to write the x and y position and the width and the height. You can see the x and y position by using show grid and just dragging it across the screen. So we want to make the paddle here, so the coordinates will be 350 and 200. 350 and 200. Now the width should be less than the height, because the paddle is gonna be not gonna be large, it's gonna be thin, if you know what I mean. So width is 10, and we'll take the height as 60. We can change the height anytime, it's alright. And now we have to create the computer paddle. We'll call it as enemy, and we'll place it at the same, because it needs to be symmetrical. We'll place it over here. The x position is 50 and y position is 200. So we'll name this as enemy. And x position is 50, y position is 200, and width is 10, and height is 60. Now we have written the sprites, that's all well and good, but to actually execute the program, we have to write draw sprites function, because otherwise the sprite won't be drawn. And you have to write this in function draw. As you can see, there's a relation. It's present in the drawing toolbox also. We can write as draw sprites, and don't write anything in the bracket. This is merely a function to draw these two sprites. Okay, well, no, see, a background is in drawing, and in the world function, like overall function, is draw sprites. So let's see if it works. As you can see, two sprites have been drawn at the exact position. You can see it has been drawn at 350 exactly. The computer never goes wrong. That's my motto. Okay, so now we have made the sprites, that's all well and good, but we want to create a ball at the center in the title. Okay, so we are gonna name the ball. We'll name the ball as ball1. We can name it anything actually. You can even name it ball or football or anything, but we're gonna name it ball1 in this scenario. And the coordinates will be in the exact middle, since it's a 400 pixel screen over here. So the exact middle will be x position. Can you guess the x position and y position? Well, if you guess 200 and 200, then you're correct. It is 200, as it's the exact center of the screen. And since the ball will be present in a square in a pixelated form, so what will be the coordinates for width and height? Can you guess it? the width and height will be 10 and 10 because it's a square, that's why. And thus you're seeing these triangles, right? Triangles are minor problems with the program. So triangles tell us that there's minor problem with the program and you need to fix it. But even if the triangle is there, the program will still run. As you can see here, a sprite has been created, the ball. Now, since the sprite has been created, what should we do next? We need to make the ball move, of course. So there are two basic functions to making the ball move. They are velocity x and velocity y, sprite.velocity x and sprite.velocity y. As you can see here, this specifies the velocity or the speed of the sprite. We're gonna name the ball 1 velocity x as any number, but since we'll say that the ball is moving to the right, so the x position increases as it moves towards the right, and y position also increases as it moves towards the right. So we'll put if we put the y position as minus and x position as plus, then the ball will move diagonally over here along this line. And if we put as plus and plus, then the ball will move down. Let's see this. We'll put velocity x as 3 and we'll put velocity y as minus 3. Let's see what happens. As you can see, the ball is moving in this direction. Now you might be thinking that why is the ball moving like this? Has the program gone crazy? No, the program has not gone crazy. It's just because we are executing this function over and over and over again. So it becomes into a blurred form like this. So to remove this, we have to use a draw function, which is known as background. It's the first function, and as you know, it's very important. If you write the background function outside the function, if you write the background command outside the function draw, then it will not be executed. The background has to be just below the function draw and it has to be inside the function draw. So we'll say the background is white. Now let's see if it works. As you can see, the ball is moving. But now the ball is moving out of the screen. We want the ball to bounce off the edges. So how can we do that? Well, we don't want the ball to bounce off this edge. We want the ball to bounce off this and this edge. Because if the ball bounces off this edge, the game won't end. That's right. So there's a simple command for that. It is sprite.bounceoff. As you can see here, and the target will be first you have to create the edge sprites for this sprite to bounce off the edge, because the edge will be known as a sprite, so that's why the computer can execute the program. So we'll name it as create edge sprites, which is also a command in the sprites toolbox. Okay, now very sorry, my computer is lagging. Sprites. Now the edge sprites have been created, so we can write the function of bounce off. So we can write ball 1 dot bounce off top edge and bottom edge, because we don't want the ball to bounce off the sides, and thus we'll write top edge, as you can see in sprites. So now we have to write the bottom edge, ball dot bounce off bottom edge, because if we don't, then the ball won't bounce off the bottom edge. Okay, so ball 1 dot bounce off very sorry, my computer is lagging a lot. Bounce off bottom edge. Now to see if it's bouncing off, we need to remove the velocity x, as it is moving in diagonal direction, so we can't possibly see if it's working or not. So let's see this. It's moving up. It bounced off the top edge. Now it's going down, and it bounced off the bottom edge. So here we can say that it was successful. Now we can we have to make the ball bounce off the computer paddle and the player paddle. So we'll write the same thing, but since the enemy and the player have already been created, we can write ball1 dot bounce off brackets and enemy and player. So ball1 dot bounce off enemy and ball1 dot bounce off player. So let's see if it's working. Velocity x will be 3. Let's run the program. Oops, sorry. Velocity x will be 3, velocity y will be 0, because I'm going to test that. Let's see this. As you can see, it bounced off. Now let's see the enemy. It bounced off again. So now it was successful. Our testing was successful. -3. Okay, so now we have done this, but what to do next? Obviously, you have to control the player, and the enemy should be made from AI, and we are going to be doing AI in the next part. So if you want to see the next part, then please subscribe to create the enemy AI. But now we are going to create we are going to control the player. There's one very simple command. Instead of writing if statement and all of that, we can just write world.mousey, because we are controlling the player paddle is moving up and down, so y along the y-axis. If it was moving left to right, then it would be world.mousex, because it's moving on the x-axis. So we're gonna take world.mousey. First we're gonna write player.y. If you write player.y is equals to world.mousey, then only it will work. If you write world.mousey is equals to player.y, it will not work. So let's write the command. Player.y is equals to world.mousey. Let's see if it's working. As you can see, it's working properly. Now let's see how to make the scores, but we'll see that in the next part, so please subscribe for more. And how to make an AI paddle. So if you like this video, please like the video and spread it along your friends if you want to see more of coding. That has been me, and bye bye.